Closing, I wrote this down as it spurred obviously a number of different thoughts. I've always said this, that there's a number of different presentations that are going on. There's the one that Robert's giving, and then there's the ones that are going on in your own head. And so there's probably 50 different presentations that are going on here. But I wrote this down. Write this down. Your shortcomings in real estate! Exclamation mark. Your shortcomings in real estate! Exclamation mark. That's what I wrote down. Because it was asked about desire. Hey, how did you do it? So here's an answer for you. Your actions speak of your lack of desire. Your actions speak of your lack of desire, or your lack of belief in what is possible. Go back and read that. Let me just read that. Your actions speak of your lack of desire or your lack of belief in what is possible. Whenever we're fully committed, 100% engaged, full throttle, fully into the thing, like visualize, not tiptoeing into a swimming pool, but fully cannonballing like you're a young 10-year-old cannonballing into the pool trying to get everybody wet. When you have that level of commitment, it's because you believe it's possible and you desire it so deeply. And so the one thing I would echo of getting to know Robert so well, he ended with the last thing that I think makes him such a delight to coach. And that is his openness and willingness to be taught. Some of you are resisting things that you shouldn't be. Some of you in this room are literally sabotaging your entire life on your basis and your desire to either be right, try to reformulate, trying to think that it could be done in a different way. Do you know how many people are out there right now in this market that want what this company does, this is important, to not be true? To not be the way it should be done. And yet, it's the only organization that grew last year that's even worth talking about. And even the significance of growth was amazing. It's the only company that I watched all of our competitors around here, and I watched fourth quarter and moving down to first quarter to where our quarterly numbers are beating companies that have almost 2 times the amount of agents. That's not by accident. It's not by chance that those things happen. So I want to just list 5 things that need to stop happening. That need to stop happening. We're going to focus on what you need to stop doing. Give me 2 minutes. We're going to rip through these quick. I just want you to think about them. 1, stop allowing yourself to have under contracts, closings, and active listings. Under contracts, closings, and active listings being the determination of your self-worth. There is no comparison that your under contracts are a lot. Let's say you have 5 under contracts, therefore your self-worth goes up, is ridiculous. And I watch agents ebb and flow daily based on the number of active listings they may or may not have, the number of closings they have in the last 30 to 60 days, the number of under contracts they have. They base their self-worth, their energy, their confidence is based on what is happening right now. When this company came about, it was the worst moment financially of my life. My life. I was watching everything crumble. And yet, if I would have believed that that moment determined my self-worth of what was possible, you would never be in this room, not together with me. You have to make sure that you realize that who you are and what you're capable of has nothing to do with what's happening right now. It's what you're becoming. It's who you're becoming is what's most important. That's what Robert, I hope, has exemplified. Some of you are saying, well, you didn't do a ton of deals last year. That's not the point. The point is I know he's figuring it out. And some of you in this room aren't. And that is what is inspiring to me. Number 2, stop beating yourself up. Stop beating the crap out of yourself as to why you did this and why you didn't do that. The beauty of life is that you can forgive anyone you want. And it starts with forgiving yourself as to the mistakes, the errors, the tragedies, the bad decisions, poor decisions that you've made, and moving on. And living. And going after it. But if you continue to beat yourself up of the tragedies and the challenges that you've had, or the mistakes that you've made, you'll never get out of the way of yourself. Number 3, stop only working. Stop only working if you feel like doing it, or if you feel good. You have to remove the idea that it has nothing to do with how you feel. Doing your job doesn't matter today if you don't feel good. If you have a sniffle, a hangnail, a tummy ache, you don't feel like it. You had a fight with your wife. You are irritated because of a deal that blew apart. You're agitated because you were called and told you didn't get the listing. I don't care. Because what matters is that if you care, you'll prevent yourself from the greatness that is right around the corner. That the adversity that you may be experiencing in that moment, and that if you check out, will stop you from the greatness that is possible. Years and years I've seen this happen over and over again in agents' lives. They get blown up and blown off by a listing. They're about to go out, the person doesn't show up. But so many times I've seen, and one comes to mind, John Hunter a few years ago, he came right back to the office, started prospecting, set an appointment, and by 10 a.m. the next morning he had a new listing. Because he responded differently to the adversity. Number 4, stop expecting immediate results. Everything that Robert just told you, stop expecting immediate results. You cannot expect that what you screwed up and took you, some of you like ancient years, to screw up, you think that in 90 days it's going to all be better. You think because you walk into the doors of Everest that 15 days later it should be all hunky-dory, warm and fuzzy, and we should all be singing Kumbaya and rolling in cash. It's not reality. It is not reality. It is a process. It takes time. It takes effort, diligence, perseverance. It takes all of those things. And when you have an expectation that it's instant, you need to wake up. It's not reality. It will never be that way. That's the beauty of the market. I love the fact of what this book, the last lecture, said. And that, in so many words, I'm paraphrasing, the walls, the brick walls are there to prevent those that will never pay the price. Will never pay the price to either dig under it, go around it, climb over it, figure out how to get around it. The walls are there to prevent those weak individuals who will never figure it out. That's not you. It doesn't need to be you. You can be the guy or gal that figures it out and takes it to the next level. Number 5, I wrote down in closing. Stop thinking that it needs to be easier. Stop thinking it needs to be easier. The pressure of obviously creating a diamond is built around pressure and pushing and compression and squeezing out all of the impurity, all of the poison, all of the crap that's in your head and in your mind and in your actions and in the way you feel. It should not be expected to be easy. Robert, has it been easy?
No.
Has it been easy on your wife?
No.
Has it been easy on your family?
No.
Has it been brutal?
Yes.
Ruthless?
Yes.
Tearful?
Yes.
Angry?
Yes.
Depressing?
Yes.
But many of you will look at Robert and go, well, yeah, but it's easy for Robert. I mean, Robert's a gregarious guy. He's happy. He's always smiling. He's always so friendly and approachable. Are you kidding me? Really? He's paid a price because he determined it was worth it. And that's all that this is about. It's not about who has the best this or that. It's who has the best mindset. I say this or that, meaning, the greatest marketing plan, the coolest website, the best Facebook landing page, right? Whatever you might want. It's not about any of that. It's about who can control right up here what's going on. And if you can control that, you can control anything. It starts here with expecting and seeing something like Robert is now beginning to see. And all of a sudden, that moment, it clicks and it comes on. And you realize, oh my gosh, my shortcomings in real estate, my actions speak of my lack of either desire or my lack of belief of what is possible. Do you not think that I see that? Do you not think that I recognize that when you aren't working or dressing appropriately or coming to work with it all together, that I don't realize, this is my first rodeo. I've been on this bowl before, looking and watching and seeing that you either lack tremendous desire or you just don't believe it's possible. It always comes down to those two things. So if you can get that desire and have that faith, that belief, that optimism, that hope, that what you're doing today will work because others are doing it, then you'll have results like the Curtises or the Roberts and the Jessicas and others that are in this room and others that aren't. And you'll have everything that you want. You're not kidding anybody when you aren't working and you're not taking action. You lack belief or you lack the ability, I can't remember, the desire to do it. So, thank you, Robert. Absolutely awesome. Thank you very much.